Hi everybody, my name is Clarence and this is my screencast. So consider this situation. Global warming and climate change impacts a poor region in Southeast Asia, notorious for people facing malnutrition. This natural disaster leads to severe food shortages to an already vulnerable region. What can be done? And so a solution that I found that might be possible was 3D printed food. So you might ask why, and I'll start with a quote. Current food systems can't supply 12 billion people sufficiently. We have to change our perception of what we see as food. And this is very relevant to our life today. In the future, where in our ever-growing population, it's inevitable that there won't be enough food to go around. And so we gotta change something. So what 3D printing food allows is food sustainability. And that's just where produce doesn't need to be stored and there's no added preservatives. And this greatly increases the shelf life of these food products. So, in the problem presented before, the issue of malnutrition is addressed because these simple meals can be prepared with 3D printing, meeting nutritional standards and allocating the perfect amount of resources. Portability allows for freedom from the limitations of traditional food production methods. Food can be brought to where it is needed most, at a lower cost. And I believe 3D printing has the power to potentially solve the world's food problem, but also have an immense environmental impact on a global scale. And what if it looks gross? Well, some say hunger is the best spice, and food will become scarce, and we might even have to eat bugs, really. And so, in the shape of a cookie, people might be more inclined to eat insects. So I have a video to show you guys, and it'll go into what I'm going to be talking about next. Alright. That was really cool, right? So I'll just delve into some of the details that she went over and some of which that she didn't talk about. But so everything's produced, and all of it is done through the 3D printer, and it's very nutrient rich, and it's all fresh. This is an edible ecosystem that will flourish in any condition or environment. And in 5 days, the plants and fungi mature, and the yeast ferments the solid inside into a liquid. And inside every basket-like 3D printed structure contains a jelly-like substance called agar that enables seeds and spores to sprout. The environmental impact it has is that it will drastically reduce the amount of agricultural land needed. There's a shorter food production chain because this cuts out the need for transportation and other facilities such as a distribution center, an auction, wholesale packaging center, and even some supermarkets. And high involvement in the growth process means more awareness of food production and consumption. So the current challenges are there are long wait times for some of the foods. Products such as meat is hard to replicate. It's hard to make it taste the same, and I think a lot of people would say, quite frankly, would I be willing to try out this meat or not? This fake meat, whether organic or not. And in the video, it also stated that production won't be for another 8 to 10 years because the project still requires a lot of research and development. That's the end of my screencast. So you can reach me by my email, and here are a bunch of links that I'm providing you guys with, some more resources, and if you ever want to read more in depth about this, feel free to. I'd love to talk about it with you. And thanks for watching.